So let's run the numbers. There's 7,789,219,154 people who speak over 6,500 languages from 196 countries that practice anywhere from 0 to 4,300 religions. Color, ethnicity, and heritage are measured on a spectrum that is solely defined by you, by me, by we. I breathe my nationality and share the same ozone air as a newborn baby girl in New Zealand and a great-great-great-grandfather from Great Britain. When I look up, do you see the stars too? Do we rise to the same sun and set to the same moon? See, understand that I am because we are. But I cannot exist unless you acknowledge it. So let's run the numbers. There's 7,789,593,215 people who speak over 6,500 languages from 196 countries that practice anywhere from 0 to 4,300 religions. Race, gender, and age are measured on a spectrum that is solely defined by you, by me, by we. How can we rest in peace if we are drowning in familiarity and similarities? I want my great-great-great-grandchildren to read stories about our bravery, how we overcame to be something more noteworthy than a cliff note in history. I want to hear the world sing about me. I want to see the universe compose a poem based on your DNA. I want the cosmos to cry over symphonies sketched out of notions as simple as you and me. But I cannot exist unless you acknowledge it. So, let's run the numbers. There's 7,789,786,547 people who speak over 6,500 languages from 196 countries that practice anywhere from 0 to 4,300 religions. Sexual orientation, class status, physical and mental abilities and qualities are measured on a spectrum that is solely defined by you, by me, by we. Because when you cry, no religion will ever help me understand you better in that moment. And when you laugh, no language will ever emphasize the meaning behind so much joy you can hold it. And when you sing, no shade of melanin will ever dampen the power of your voice like it's been chosen. When you hold my hand and I listen to your heartbeat, we can begin to see that the distance and barriers built between us are nothing more than what we made them up to be. So each one teach one, and let that be a reason, because I cannot exist unless you acknowledge it. So let's run the numbers. There's 7,789,999,999 people who speak over 6,500 languages from 196 countries that practice anywhere from 0 to 4,300 religions. Identity, family, and our stories are measured on a spectrum that is solely defined by you, by me, by we. How beautiful it is that we are separated by no more than 6 degrees. Yes, I'm talking you and me. The combination of our combinations are endlessly unfathomable and everlasting. The fabric of our existence only gets stronger the more that we weave. I may never know your name, but we are all branches on the same tree. And when you think about how one of you can be powerful beyond measure or belief, imagine what the might behind every single heartbeat on the planet Earth could be, the house we could build if we all brought one brick. But I cannot exist unless you acknowledge it. So, let's not run the numbers anymore. I mean, we're humans, not math problems. You cannot simplify our lives by using simple equations. You cannot quantify love. But I can always ask you how your day went. I can always promise to take a bow in a light which will also allow you to shine. The shadows we cast across this crust are only reaching for each other, because even the coldest, darkest parts of us stretch to connect. Do the lines in your palms truly look any different than mine? Because see, I could trace those lines like I could trace our history, like I could trace our ancestry, like the future can trace back to what we encourage them to be. So in our obituary, how will they remember you? Remember me. Remember we. Let them say that we were martyrs for peace, and that the only thing we ever truly wanted or need was a chance to let our lungs breathe, the chance to let our voices speak. I want my last words to be, I love you, and not, I'm sorry. So hoist me on the shoulders of giants and carry me to harmony. I will not fight. I will go happily, knowing that the chance to be you, the chance to be me, the chance to be we, is something we can never neglect. Knowing that we cannot exist unless you acknowledge it.